Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. So I just thought I'd have a little play on my gel plate with some tags and again with some masking fluid. I've got some ideas that I want to try out. I kind of like to have a little stash of tags that have got ready-made backgrounds on. In those moments where you want to create but you want something quick that you can do, it's a really great way to kind of work because you've got those instant ideas. You don't need to, you've got those backgrounds already ready-made. So I'm going to play with Dina Wakley paints on the gel plate today and going to see if I can create some really nice layered backgrounds. So I'm going to start off by going in with some colour. So that is ruby, raspberry and rouge. I'm just going to lay some tags on in different ways, like that. And then this one I might do a half. And also I think I love gel printing, it's just fun. You never kind of know what you're going to get, and it's how you learn new and exciting things. So got some lovely bold colours. That would make a cool print, wouldn't it? Let's just lift some more paint off here. See if I can pick some more up on this. And then that way I won't have to use any other bits of paper. I can just collect as much of the colour as I can on these tags. So these are beautiful, rich colours. So those three work really nicely together. Ruby, raspberry and rouge. Pretty pink. Rouge is a lovely pink, particularly in the scribble sticks. It's really nice. Okay, so I've got those and that's kind of how they've come out, quite nice. We've got those hints of colour. So I shall pop those over there. Right, so now I wonder if there's any. Yeah, I might just roller. Let's see. That's a much more subtle background, isn't it? But we'll keep it anyway. There we go. Right, so now let's go oranges. So I think I'll go let's go cheddar, tangelo. It doesn't want to come out. Come on. I know you're in there. Sometimes these do go a bit gloopy. Right. Ditch that. Yeah, this one's gone a bit thick, but it'll still work. That's okay. And then this is papaya. So that's the slightly lighter orange. That was one of the later releases. Yeah, you can see that tangelo's quite gloopy. Let's put these down this way. One that way, and then let's go this way. It's quite windy today. I don't know if my microphone is picking up on that wind noise outside. It's all right, Lola, it's just the wind. That papaya is not a colour that I use very often, but I do like it. It's nice. Right. Oh, Tangelo is gorgeous. It's one of my favourite oranges. Love it. Look how rich that is. Oh, yes. And that's cheddar. I always want to call it cheddary. So when I was growing up, there was a cheese spread that you could get called cheddary. If there's anybody in the UK, do you remember it? But I do have a particularly not so good memory of cheddary, in that there was once didn't know, thought I was super hungry, ate loads of bread and cheddary, and then ended up being really poorly. And ever since then, I could never eat cheddary again. Oh dear. Okay, so I've just added some of those darker colours onto there. It's pretty cool. Let's just make sure that is completely off. And then I'll just pick up some of these oranges. So Dina's got so many lovely tones of reds, oranges, yellows, that you can do things like this where you're just working in that colour. These are lovely, aren't they nice? Got kind of different tones. I've kind of lost that paler colour, but not to worry, it will come back. So I'm going to keep these together. Right, and then I'm going to go with mustard, lemon and sunshine. Now it might activate some of this orange that's on the gel plate, I don't know. And this is another one that's glued up as well. There we go. Oh, I've flung some yellow over there. Let's get that wiped off, because you are meant to be just orange, not yellow. Okay, so I've got these yellows, and I am going to do the same process. And I think I may well not go through the whole rainbow colours. I might do some pinks and lilacs and leave it there. I love my big brayer. I just found that on Amazon, so it came in a set of 3, but I love how it does the whole width. Let's see how wide it is. 20 centimeters. I'm thinking that's 8 inches. Yeah, so that works really nicely. Let's do that one that way. So I'll probably do this video the same as I did the last gel print play, where I'll show you what I'm going to do, and then I will show the reveal on a separate video. So, oh, I like how this is still picking up a little bit of the red and orange. That's nice. Let's put some more of that down there. Yeah, I love the graduation in those colours. That's worked really nicely. I think before I go back in with the roller, I'm just going to see if I can pick some of these bits up. That's pretty cool, actually. Some interesting colours. I'm liking the kind of blobs from the top of the tags as well. That one's pretty cool. I like that. Right. So I think I must have put quite a lot of paint out on this. That one's quite nice. Let's go back in with this and pick up some of this. think it might be time to give this gel plate a bit of a clean before I go in with lilac. And also my brayer. This is just hand sanitizer. I'm just going to wipe this clean, get rid of as much of that yellow as I can, because although, you know, I don't mind some grungy layers, I want to try and keep the colours as bright as possible. And I know that I'm going to be going in with purple shades and tones, so I kind of don't want to muddy those colours. Let's just go with a little bit more. That's nice and clean now. I don't often clean my gel plates unless I'm doing techniques like this where I do want to keep the colours nice and true. So let me put those yellows over here. I'll just give you a quick peek at these ones and how different they've kind of come up. Yeah, and then let's go into lilac. So we'll use lavender, iris. Oh, I think blackberry will be really nice. Or do we go orchid, a pinky purple? Let's have 4 colours. Let's see if we can do that. So we've got blackberry, orchid, iris. I can't imagine why I've gone 4 for this. Could it be because I love lilac? Yes, I think it could. These purples are one of my favourites. Okay. Oh, I love that. Now I'm just going to then slowly move that brayer across a little bit. Got quite a lot of paint here. I might have to grab some other paper. Definitely put too much out. Oh, pretty. Yeah. Obviously didn't press that one down very well. Oh, I like that. Let's go in with a lighter. Yep. One more. These are just some printing that didn't really work, so I'm just going to use that to kind of mop up a little bit. Okay, so let's put those purples together over here. And then I want some pinks, so I think I'm going to go magenta, taffy. I used raspberry in the red, didn't I? But do you know what? I don't think it matters. I think we can use it again. And I might leave the purple on the background. It'll be interesting to see what that does. As long as it doesn't turn my pinks too purple, should be okay. When you're working on a big gel plate like this, I find it really hard to know how much paint put out. I think I might have got it about right that time. It's funny. There we go. Right, then let's do some going this way. You hear those children playing? So cute. Oh wow, that's bold. I like that one. Oh, I like how it's picked up those purpley tones as well. Oh, gel printing is so much fun. It is so much fun. You never quite know what you're going to get. Okay, so now I've got all these lovely tags. Okay, so these are the pinks. We have a little purpley tinge to them as well. But I'm just going to go with that. That's okay. Right, so let me just grab one of these and see if I can just pick up any remnants of paint off there. No, not really. That's okay. Right, so what I'm going to do now is grab some stencils and start to add some more colours onto these. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the red ones that I grabbed, and I'm going to grab some stencils that have got pretty cool patterns in. Oh no, let's open that the other way. Maybe like that and that. So what I'm after here is ones that are going to help me get some patterns into the background that I can then... Oh, I like this one. That might do. Let's start off with those and see what happens. Okay, so what did I do with them? There they are. Okay, so I've got these. So let's start off with this one and let's go. I'm going with rouge. Should we go in with pink? Taffy? Taffy might be quite nice on there. That's that lovely pale pink. Just going to put a little bit down. And then grab a stencil, pop it on. And then print some of that pattern onto here. Yeah. Oh. You can hear those children, it's so cute. Pink and maybe a bit of yellow. Let's do the same. Cool. In fact, let's just mix this up. Oh, I like that. Orange in there. Pretty. This has got quite a small pattern in, so to kind of get anything like a pattern transfer, you need to press on quite hard. Not sure that'll have, oh yeah, a little bit. And then this one here, what I can do is come in and just print some of it. Not worked. Let's do it properly. My gel plate's a little bit dry. That's an interesting colour on there. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to have to get some more spare paper. Angelo. Oh yeah, you can see that's it's gone a bit globby. Let's smoosh that out a bit. And oh no, I didn't want that one, did I? Stars. These crosses. And pink. I think that might be quite nice. And yellow. Hey, that's worked well. That's pretty cool. What will it do on there? A little bit. Raspberry. I might use some of the coaster stencils for this. Let me grab them. Maybe print some over the top. Pretty cool. Start layering those patterns. Oh, cool. Can I lift that off there? Oh yes, raspberry is one of my favourite colours. I do use it an awful lot. Oh wow, that came out better than I thought it would do. Right, now I'm wondering, will that layer over there? That's okay. We can still work with that. Magenta. Have we done any magenta yet? Not sure we have. And I've got blackberry we haven't really used yet. Oh, I like that one. See. Blackberry. So that magenta is going to tone that blackberry down a little bit. That is okay. Oh, that one might be quite nice on there. That's quite cool. I like that. Just doing kind of part of the pattern on. Get some really cool patterns playing with gel printing. Like things that you can't quite replicate in any other way. And you have to just be okay with embracing what happens, because there is that unpredictability to it. I'm thinking I could do with a bit of turquoise on some of these. Right, let me just finish these off before I get sidetracked. Did you see that happening there? I was like, ooh, a bit of that. Let's go in with some orchid. Not too much. So what I want to do on these is kind of layer up lots and lots of marks and patterns. And then I'm going to come in with some masking fluid. Oh, cool. I like that. Yep. Surprise, surprise, there are lots of pinks. Can't even imagine why. I mustn't use the turquoise yet. Have I done any with yellow? Let's clean this off because I want to go in with a little bit of a lighter colour, and if I use yellow on here I am going to get a bit of a muddy, confused colour because there's lots of orange on there and there's like very reddy pinks, and ooh, it could end up being a right old mess. Right, baby wipes to the rescue. You won't often see my hands like this. I generally don't get massively covered in paint. Kind of clean up as I go along, so this is one of the few times that you'll see me covered in paint, unless of course it's up my arm, which that is often distinctly possible. Right, that should behave itself now. Let me just give this a little wipe as well. Okay, should be all right now. Let's go in with a little bit of this lemon. Don't need too much though. That really isn't too much, is it? It's hardly any. That's really quite funny. Maybe I'll just get 2 more of these. Cool. Yeah, I like those, they're nice. Let's go in and add some little pops of lemon on some of these. Kind of with this sort of gel printing, where you press is where you'll get your most decent print, I guess, really. So you notice I didn't press over the whole thing. I'm kind of going to go here, so I might pick up some from there, but mostly it's going to be wherever I apply most pressure. That's going to give me the print, and that way you can custom things to how you want them to be. Okay, let's go in with a different stencil. In the areas where it's really dark, I can kind of lift it a little bit. This is starting to dry now, so. And then, of course, you can go in and pick up bits like this. Right, so that's pretty much finished now. All right, so what I want to do now is move all these stencils away, and I might use these circles with some turquoise. So I want to start bringing some pops now. So I'll probably not use many of these colours anymore. And I might just whack some bits of blue dots on these. And that's just going to give these a little bit of contrast. And just kind of ramp up the fun going on in the background. Let me just grab some. I'm just grabbing from anywhere. I'm not overthinking this. You can see I'm not like spending hours considering which tag is going to work best. I'm just grabbing tags and printing. These are going to be a lovely little collection, aren't they, of marks. So you get a lovely print when you do it over where you've lifted your stencil off. You can get really pretty marks. Let's do the same on this one. So let's go half here. Nice. And this one. Right, so that was turquoise. I think a little pop of green would be nice. Let me just screw some of these lids on first. I bet you're thinking, what on earth is going on? What is she doing? Oh, I like that mix, the green and the... So I'm just going in with some pops of colour that are going to make the tags really sing. Oh, let's go with some squares. Just little pops here and there. Just so that when I come in with my masking fluid in a bit, I've got more areas where I can make the magic happen. That is one of the things that is amazing about masking fluid and gel printing. Oh, they're just like a match made in heaven. I mean, you don't even have to be very careful, and we've kind of created some really interesting, fun backgrounds here. And here I'm just going to go and lay these on, pick up some bits of colour. Okay. Let's have a look what we've got so far. Interesting combinations of colour. That one could do with a little bit more, couldn't it? It's pretty. And of course, you know, if you want to tone down the colours, you can go in with white. Very easily knock these back. So what I might do is select some of my favourite ones to mask, some to knock back. Oh, that's very knock back, that one. Yeah, okay, let's go in with another bit of, maybe some of these could do with some blackberry on them. Maybe you and you. Blackberry or something darker. Maybe sapphire. Or mustard. The other thing you can do, of course, is forget the stencil and just go in and add some more colour. I mean, that completely changes that tag, completely warms up that background just by adding a little, makes it richer. Oh yes, oh yes, nice. That might be what I do. It's just on some of these, just go in and brighten up some of those colours. Yes, there we go. That is it. This one. That one definitely feels like it needs more interest going on it. It was a bit boring. Sorry, Mr. Taggy. Wow, that does just bring more depth to these. I find that mustard is such a beautiful colour for doing that with. Just like, you just go in with a hint of it and it brings a whole depth and warmness. Warmth warmth to your work, as does raspberry. I mean, what's not to love about that? No to that, yes to you. Maybe gorgeous. See what it does on there. gorgeous. Okay, that's really changed those tags, just adding that warmth of mustard and raspberry. Might just do a little bit more mustard, and then maybe do the same thing with a bit of turquoise, because some of these, oh yes, well, it completely alters the look of the tag. Absolutely fascinating how that colour plays with other colours. If you don't have this mustard in your stash, you need to get it. It's a really beautiful colour and I love it. I love how it interacts and brings a real depth to these other colours. Right, now I might just go in with a tiny bit of turquoise. Now, in some places, hopefully this turquoise will go more of a greeny tint, where it plays with the mustard. I've got these really cool backgrounds going on. I think the thing is, some people like a bit afraid of having a play with gel printing. It's only paper, and even if it, you know, it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay. Right, so I'm going to move all these tags out of the way. I don't need those anymore. And I could do with maybe that one. Actually, I know that I've got another stencil somewhere. Excuse me sniffing. I'm just hunting for the stencil that I'm thinking of. That one? Yes, there it is. That is it. This is a stencil I've had for a very, very long time. Unfortunately, I cannot think where it came from. Right, don't panic. But I am going to go in with a very dark now. It's not black, it's night. It's a really nice purple, dark blue. It's lovely. And what I want to do on some of these is just bring a few marks of darker colour. Not on all of them, just on some. Yeah. So when I come in with my masking fluid, I want to be able to make some of these bits appear and disappear and just kind of play really and see what happens. course we can come in with white splatters at the end. Kind of like that. Right, now this is where I'm going to have to be a little bit careful, because what I want to do is pick up some of that, but not all of it. Let's just layer these on like this before this dries too quickly. Like that. Ooh. Cool. Okay. Right. I just have some little bits that I can pick up. I might just make some of these a little bit darker, so we've got some value change on some of these. Obviously I don't want to spoil them, because I mean, look, the colours on that are just beautiful. Put down some parts of them, and because I don't really want to waste this paint that's on here. So I'm conscious, you know, I could end up messing these tags up, and you might already be looking at them and thinking, I don't understand what you're going to do with these. I'll have to wait and see. The plan may change as I go along. Right, I'm going to put that out of the way. So I've finished with my gel plate and my brayer. And what I'm going to do now is get my masking fluid out. Okay, so I've used lots and lots of colours on these, and what I'm going to do now is come in with some masking fluid. So the one I'm going to use today is one from Graphics, and it's called a Frisket, liquid Frisket, and it basically is the same. It just means it's a masking fluid. The one that I've used previously was this Winsor & Newton one, art masking fluid. It kind of does the same thing. So let me just move these paints out of the way so there's less clutter on my desk. Less clutter. Now, my plan here is to create some designs on these tags that then I can add colour over the top, and eventually I will have a really nice colourful pattern underneath. So this is the liquid Frisket. You can see it's very similar to the one that I was using in the last video that I created. My thinking here is I'm inspired by this mask that I found on my floor. I'm going with a huge flower, and I'm going to give it some sort of staggered petals like this, and then some dots in there. So anywhere where the fluid goes, that's where the background colour is going to stay. Let's go with a pink one. So on this one, if I was to draw some circles, they will stay, and I can make some of these lines a bit thicker if I want to. And once this dries, this will mask the area underneath. You can see that bit's already dried there. And then we can create some really cool effects like that. Might do one with more flowers on. I like that flower. I think we'll do some smaller ones. can also kind of paint some circles on here. That will give us a glimpse as to what was underneath. Let's go with some of these ones. Oh, I just love these. Gorgeous. What about that one? I don't want you to stick. Get off. Might go with like a sunflower style of flower on this one. There is a sunflower field near us at the moment that I desperately want to go and see. Last year I didn't get there until it was almost too late. I can see that happening again. That's just how it is when you're busy, I guess, and I'm not complaining, that is just how it is. So, right, should we do an orangey one or that one? They're both quite similar, but I kind of like this one. I'm tempted to find a thicker brush. Let's just do it. As long as I wash it, it should be all right. Okay, cool. You can basically do anything you want at all. The world's your lobster. Once you start, and you can see these are starting to disappear as they dry. Then what we can do is grab the gel plate and go back in and gel print over them. Let's do some going this way. I think it's important to work in quite a well ventilated room as well, because this frisket does have a very bizarre smell. I'm going to fill in the petals on this one. Like that. Okay, need to get that brush in some water. I guess you could also paint through a stencil if you wanted to. I mean, let's see, can we make this work or not? I don't know. I have tried this before and with mixed success, I must add. Because a bit like using any watery medium through a stencil, if you put too little, it doesn't work. Too much, it'll bleed underneath and you won't be left with the imprint of the stencil. So, or mask in this case, because this is not a stencil, this is a mask. Okay, let's lift it off and see, has it worked? Sort of. Sort of and sort of not. Let's fix it. There. See what I mean about that? So that was a bit of a mixed success there, but you know, you can rescue it by just going in and joining up the bits that didn't quite work. Okay, right, so you can kind of get the idea here. What have we done? Flowers, circles, lines, more flowers, hearts. Let's do some hearts. Okay. Crosses. Okay, I'm probably going to leave that there. All right, so I've got some that I've popped masking fluid on, some that I've left. So I've got quite a selection of here of ones that I've not put any masking fluid on, which are really pretty. And then these ones that have got masking fluid on, I need to leave these to dry, and then I can come back to these and we can try different ways to gel print over the top and see what we get left with. One or two of them are nearly dry, but they're not dry enough that I can kind of take them and gel print with them yet, because they will stick to the gel plate. The other great thing about using masking fluid on a gel plate is that it will resist the paint as well on the gel plate. Obviously, will also leave a print behind. So if you work fast, you can then take a print of your masking fluid as well. So thanks for watching. Come back to see the results. Bye. Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, gel print video. So the results of the gel print tags that I played with the other day. So I said that I would show you how I would work with the ones that haven't got any masking fluid on. There are lots of ways that you can knock these back if you want to. So I'm going to just kind of share a couple of ways that I would work with these. But first of all, I'm going to just select ones that I really like and I don't want to alter. So that's those. One's my favourites. These ones are gorgeous. Let's hang on to those. So I'll put those to one side. These ones here, I'm just going to show you a quick couple of techniques. It's nothing radical. It will be stuff that you already know about, but just some simple ways that you can, if you created really backgrounds that you feel are too busy and it's a lot and you don't want it to be a lot, this is what you can do. So grab yourself, either a white or a paler colour of what's on your background. So here we could even use papaya, and then we can just go in, smoosh it on, lift it off, and what that'll do is create just a bit of a calmer background. So that reductive stenciling technique, like I say, it's not radical, but you can add layers and layers of colour in this way, which will then help to knock the tag back and push the colours into the background a bit more. Little tips to remember: don't have your baby wipe or cloth that you're using too wet, because it will just smudge. Oh, I've made a new word. It will just smudge underneath and create like sort of mucky puddles. So you see, it's really pretty, and it's going to allow you little glimpses of what's behind, but knock those colours back a little bit. Now, of course, I've got to do a bit here because my brain is going, you've only done two. And if you are looking at it and thinking those are too big, just pull them off a bit. I pull them off, wipe them off, like that. So super pretty. That's a really easy way that you can go in and just reduce the chaos a little. So do the same with white. smoosh it around. I use my fingers because I can get a nice soft look with the paint by doing that. I like how that contrast kind of works. We've got that bright white with those lovely colours peeking through behind. Nice. And of course you can come in and you can just make it less intense. I think a wasp has just flown in. Nice. So you see how that creates a different look altogether. Another thing that you can do is to grab a gift card. If I can find one. Yeah. Grab a bit of white paint and you can pull some white paint across like this as well. And then of course if you think, oh, that's too much, do the same thing. Go in and just pull some of the paint off with your wipe and your stencil. Different ways of getting the paint on there. Sometimes by adding marks onto your background you can reduce the chaos a little bit. So just using the edge of the card, I'm just going to go in and add some marks like that. So that's a couple of ways. So pull the paint across. Let's clean that off. So I've got some of this lemon on here. Let's just pull some of that across here and then go in and lift it off. That is nice. I like that. That actually creates a bit of cohesion with the pattern on the other side. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's grab a little bit of pink. I'm going to go raspberry. You could do the same thing with a darker colour. So this is raspberry. I'm going to come in and just add some marks. It's not quite as effective. Probably should have gone with more of a contrast, but I do like the fact that that's not adding in any new colours to the background. And then let me just grab my water. Of course, white splatters are always going to calm backgrounds down as well. Like that. It's a really cool way of taking those tags and just knocking the colour back a little bit. Okay, so we've got marks, splatters, reductive stenciling, applying the paint in different ways. Yeah, and then those splatters, let me just move those up there so they can dry off. Okay, so now I think that my masking is dry enough. So now are we ready? We're going to have a bit of fun with the gel plate and adding some colours over the top and seeing what happens. So you can see this is nice and dry. There's no, it's all gone clear, so I can, it's shiny, I can see where it is, but it's dry enough that I can use it on my gel plate. I'm going to grab, if I can find it, my smaller gel plate for this, so I can be a bit more considered with the amount of paint that I put out. I think when I'm using a massive one, it makes me inclined to use far too much paint. I'll probably still do that anyway, but you know, that's all right. Let's try a smaller brayer. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one first. And do you know what? I think I'm going to use papaya. So let's get ready. And you will see that this, yeah, that has printed quite well. Okay, I'm going to leave that to dry. I need to lift that off there because I don't think I want, shall I print some of that in that one? Oh, seeing as I've got some left on there, let's just do that one in that. Okay, I definitely want to clean that off there now. I'm going to go with pastel colours. So let me find. I do like that tag. Let's go with this lilac on here. This is lavender, I think. Yep. Really doesn't want to come out of there. Okay. I'm going to leave that one like that. Oh, that's one that I've just... I wonder if that'd work on there too. Cool. Oh. Let's do one in white. I'm going to make this lilac even paler, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't tried this before, so we're all learning together. There we go. That's that. Let's have a bit of taffy on there too. Oh, in fact, let's go half and half. Half that one. I mean, I do not claim to be a gel printing expert. I am just kind of exploring and trying things out just to see what's possible with the supplies that I've got and to see what sort of fun you can have with patterns that you might make. And masking fluid is something that I really like playing with. It is lots of fun to see what you can do. I'm going to go with a dark colour on the back of one. Let's see what that does. Put that on that side there. That might be quite pretty. I don't know if it'll work on this one. Let's try it. Like it's only card, it's only tags. I can make these backgrounds again. They might not be identical, but you know, that's okay. I'm not going to get stressed if this doesn't kind of work exactly as I imagine it will. We can cope. I've got lots of pink here, so I'm just going to keep using this up rather than putting, so I've got two more. I mean, I don't know if you can see on the film here. Can you see that some of the petals are making patterns on there? It's really kind of quite exciting to see how that happens. So I guess you could make your own sort of printing plate things to use on your gel plate by drawing with masking fluid, or even like a glue gun. I have tried that, to be fair, and it is pretty cool. You do have to work quite fast with the glue gun. Right, now I don't know if I've gone dark enough with some of these. Shall we do a bit of night as well? Let's do it. Night and a bit of let's go with some darker colours. What's that one? Night. One or two of these I could put. I don't want to overbrush that because it's going to go muddy. Just put some darker hints on some of these. Oh yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to give... This does not want to come out of here at all. Come on. Oh, that now so much now, of course. So much, it's untrue. Ridiculous. Right. Let's go in on this one. Oh, I like that. Let's do one just at the bottom. Yep. Cool. We're getting some interesting layers building on these. Yes. Not those. This one. Up a little bit on there. That one's gone quite grungy, but I am just going to go with it. Right, okay, I don't really want any more of that. I think that might do. I could keep going, but what I'm going to end up doing here is just creating so many layers of colour that they're all going to disappear. So let's give these a quick dry. Let's put that out of the way. Where did I put? I think I've said before, that one is quite yellowy because I have used alcohol inks on there. No other reason. Just, you know, it's fun to try your product. Oh my gosh, sorry. That's pens that have gone everywhere. Oh my life. Well, it wouldn't be a Claire video, would it, without stuff leaping off the shelves? Absolutely not. Oh, you kind of expect it. Right. Are any of these dry enough to an experiment with? Let's get those out of the way. So those are the ones that we've added splatters to and marks, and just to kind of push those backgrounds away a little bit. Those are the ones I decided not to do anything to, and those. Okay, so I'll put those over there, these over here. Now we can have fun looking at what's happened with these ones and whether my little experiment is going to work or not. Okay. Which one should we start with? Should we Start with this one. So this is a special eraser for removing masking fluid. Ooh, it's fun. This was the one that I did with the really big fat brush. That has created some really interesting marks. We've got just little touches of pink over there. How cool is that? I like that one. Right, let's have a look at this one. This is the sunflower. It's just magic as you start to pull it off. So cool. I mean, it's there, but it's subtle. I kind of like that. Let's have a look at this one. This one's got lines on as well. You can just use your finger to remove the masking fluid as well. These erasers are just a bit easier. Your finger can end up getting a little bit tired, a bit fatigued. There we go. Cool. And it's actually quite fun just to have these like glimpses to the layers behind. So this one was a bigger flower. I'm not sure I'm particularly keen on that one, but you know, it's all right. We just embrace the results and go, yeah, all right, so that worked and that maybe didn't so much, but that's all right. This is how we discover. And I think what I learned from last time, I should have remembered when I said I preferred the ones with the finer marks on them. However, on this one, I do like the ones where we've got bigger spaces because you can see all those pretty colours, particularly that one. Look at all those colours going on there. Let's see, what's this one? This is crosses. I think the areas where we've got the big contrast with the darker colour definitely shows up better. But I do quite like that some of the bits are a little bit calmer as well, with those kind of calmer colours. Really pretty results. Intrigued to see how the white one works, really. Here we go, let's do the white one next. Because with this one, you get peeks through the white at the colour behind, and then we've got these little flashes of colour in the hearts. I do like that. No, I think that's potentially my favourite so far. So this was one of the first ones that I did, I think, where I painted the flower on. Yeah, I like that one. That's nice. That's still my favourite. Like I say that I don't often use this orange. It is pretty, but these are not my faves. Again, you can see here, because I've got that dark colour, it's really contrasting well with the background. However, oh, this is a favourite too. I love this one. Oh, yeah, that's so nice. Kind of wish there wasn't green on it, but you know, that's all right. We'll go with it. Gorgeous. Okay, this is all the fun remnants of the masking fluid. Put those in the bin. Let's have a little look at these. So I've created some quite fun effects, I guess. We've got this one that's got quite the kind of quite big stripes on it. Flowers. I love that it gives you a peek at all the layers behind that I created with the gel print. That is my absolute favourite, with some white splatters. Oh, love. But I love the colours, the layers on these. And you think that these just started out as white tags. These ways to get the background kind of pushed away a little bit so you could work on them. And then these are ones that I haven't done anything to. So lots of fun. I've got lots of tags there that I can add to my little stash. It's a really fun way to quickly create lots of backgrounds. And of course you could do this technique straight into your journals as well. Yeah, using that gel plate is lots and lots of fun, so go and have a play. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this little series of gel printing videos that I've been doing. Yeah, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.